Setting up your Crested Gecko's enclosure doesn't have to involve elaborate designs, days of building, or tons of materials. Today, we'll show you an easy way to set up a perfect home for your Crested Gecko. In this video, we'll go over selecting your enclosure, what to put inside the enclosure, and how to provide the right conditions for a Crested Gecko. If you need to learn how to care for a Crested Gecko, check out our video at the beginning of the series where we teach their basic care. So let's get started with the enclosure. The first thing to do when building an enclosure for a Crested Gecko is to choose an appropriate terrarium. According to the Federation of British Herpetologists Code of Practice, the minimum enclosure size for a Crested Gecko is 4 by 4 by 5 times the gecko's snout to vent length, making the minimum enclosure recommendation approximately 18 by 18 by 22.5 for a 4.5 inch Crested Gecko, but you can certainly go bigger. We want ventilation up high and down low, and front doors for easy access, so this Exoterra 18 by 18 by 24 is perfect for this build. The first thing we're going to do is add in a Pangea cork background. These are beautiful and durable, resembling the base of a tree while providing a rough surface for your gecko to rub against while shedding. Always use 100% silicone to adhere the background to prevent the background from bowing or falling. We'll be setting up this enclosure with a naturalistic approach, but if you're interested in what makes an enclosure bioactive, the pros and cons of bioactive versus artificial setups, or how to put one together, check out our bioactive playlist, and let us know in the comments if you want to see us build a bioactive enclosure for Crested Gecko. Next, let's get the substrate in. We're using cocoa core substrate for its fantastic moisture retention and sustainability, and we're going to be adding in some sphagnum moss on top to keep the substrate moist and add some humid zones. And we've got these already prepared, so we're ready to get this in our enclosure. Next, let's build out the hardscape. Let's start by adding in our cork flats. These are great for providing cover with cool, humid zones underneath and more things to climb on. We love using cork because it's mold and rot resistant, making it a great addition for a long-term piece inside your terrarium. So let's get these in there. Next up, we're going to add some ghostwood branches for some more climbing, plus they're beautiful and mold and rot resistant. Check out our This or That video where we compare grapevine to ghostwood for why we love it so much for Crested Gecko enclosures. So let's get these in there. We're going to add in one Pangea Ultimate Vine for a flexible climbing structure and to sink in that natural aesthetic. So let's get this all bent up and we'll insert it into our enclosure. Next up, we're adding two 24-inch caladium hanging bushes for some dappled hiding and some surfaces for moisture to accumulate, as well as a Pangea hanging orchid for a pop of color. So let's get these placed in our terrarium. Now that we've got our plants all situated, it's time to get our food and water dish in there. Of course, we're gonna be adding in our branch mount micro dishes. We love these because they're so easy to use. It's nice to be able to custom place these wherever you want, and they look great. And we're gonna add one in for food and one in for water, so let's get those placed in our terrarium. For a final touch, let's add in some leaf litter to resemble a natural forest floor. Today we're going to be using jackfruit and mulberry leaves, and we're just going to scatter them around the bottom, so let's get them in our terrarium. Typically, it is easy to keep a crested gecko's enclosure in the right temperature and humidity range. This room is temperature controlled and stays in the optimal range of 70 to 78 degrees. If your room stays too cool, we recommend using a ceramic dome, a 50 to 60 watt ceramic heat emitter, and a thermostat to get your enclosure into that optimal range. This room gets plenty of light, but we're going to provide a day-night cycle using a Reptile Systems T5 fixture with a Zone 1 bulb for optimal UVB for a crested gecko. So let's get this bulb in this fixture and then on top of our enclosure. Now that we have a beautiful enclosure for a crested gecko to thrive in, it's time to introduce it to its new resident, Rorschach. Some of you might know Rorschach from our many Instagram videos featuring his incredible clusters, and while he grows up, he's gonna enjoy this beautiful enclosure. So let's not waste any more time and let's get him in his new home. Let us know what crested care questions you have in the comments and we'll answer them in a future video. Be sure to subscribe for more from our Crested Gecko Care series, and of course, all of the supplies you saw in the video today can be found at PangeaReptile.com and the links in the description. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Catch a